Hi, it's really a challenge to find the best products that can be deserving of your hard-earned money. It may be easier when you have a reliable source like our channel. Actually, our team reviewed a lot of products, analyzed endless reviews from the actual users, and made our rankings based on many factors, such as price, quality, durability, performance, and the reputation of the manufacturer. If you choose from this list, you can be sure that you're buying one of the best products. You can see their latest prices and find out more information about these products by using the links below in the description. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay, so let's get started with the video.
Are you looking for the best air compressor hoses in your budget? Well, in today's video, we break down the top 5 best air compressor hoses that are available on the market. Starting at number 5, we have the Giraffe Tools Hybrid Air Hose. Giraffe air compressor hose is made of new material. All-weather flexibility hybrid hose, minus 60 degrees to 160 degrees Fahrenheit ambient, is perfect for year-round use, even in the cold winter. Purpose-made microshield ensure abrasion resistant and oil, chemical resistance, durable solid brass universal coupler are crush resistant. Service life can be as long as several years. This 3/8 air hose is blended rubber and PVC. Hybrid polymer resists kinking and tangling under pressure and provides high flow for your project. Bend resistors at each end increase durability. This airline has been tested rigorously to confirm 300 psi working / 1200 psi burst pressure. What makes this pneumatic hose a great choice for air drills, ratchet wrenches, automotive repair shops, industrial facilities, etc. Most of the air hose packaging on the market is easy to damage and unsightly. We redesigned a personal high-quality corrugated package inside the sponge pad to protect the hose, and a product introduction label. Contact us to get timely solution and lifetime-friendly customer support. Giraffe Tools promises to solve all your problems in the most professional way. Moving on at number 4, we have the Goodyear L815153G air hose reel. The Goodyear L815153G is a proper heavy-duty air hose in a premium package, as is expected from a brand that only delivers high-quality rubber materials. It's 50 feet long, more than enough for most home garages, and comes in a sturdy steel reel that can be mounted on the roof/wall. But the most important feature of this air hose is its durability. Not only is it rated at 300 psi, but it also has the widest operating temperature range on this list. With a range between minus 40 degrees and 226 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 40 degrees to 108 degrees Celsius, you can pretty much throw any climate at it, and it will still work perfectly fine. Not to mention that it's made from a sturdier synthetic rubber that's puncture-resistant and meant to last for years. Unfortunately, it does come at a premium price. And to properly use the reel, you'll still need a whip hose that needs to be bought separately. Still, if you own a repair shop or do serious repairs in your garage, you can't go wrong with this one. If money isn't an issue, the Goodyear L815153G could very well be one of the best investments a mechanic can make. At number 3, we have the Craftsman CMXZTSG1082NB air hose. Holding our editor's pick title, the Craftsman CMXZTSG1082NB makes it hard for us to find a better air hose for the price. And since it's made of rubber, it stays flexible in winter and won't dry out in summer. A pretty good deal, if you ask me. However, it's important to mention that this rubber air hose is only offered in one spec, 50 featuring long, 3/8 inch diameter, and 1/4 inch NPT fittings, pretty much the industry standard for repair shops. Consequently, it's perfect for any automotive-oriented garage and will be compatible with most air compressors. And to be honest, if 50 feet is too long for you, cut it in half, crimp a fitting on each end, and voila, you now have an extra hose for basically nothing. Since it's mainly intended for professional use, it's also rated at 300 psi and has an extreme working temperature range of minus 30 degrees to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 35 to 94 degrees Celsius. No matter how unpleasant/harsh your climate is, Craftsman's hose is still ready to get to work. Minor downsides are that rubber hoses are dirt magnets and quite heavy, although both are easily forgivable. In a shop, a black hose and a red hose will both be just one color after a while, black. And regarding the weight, we would once again recommend a hose reel here. Otherwise, I would suggest going for a shorter and lighter model instead. Craftsman also redeems itself by equipping this air hose with protections against abrasion and oil and a highly generous 3-year warranty. Besides, rubber doesn't kink or tangle, even after prolonged use, which is not negligible. At number 2, we have the Campbell Hausfeld PA117700 First Avenue Air Hose. CH's entry-level model is made out of polyvinyl chloride, PVC, and is available in either 25 or 50 feet. And interestingly, despite being our budget pick, it can handle a maximum pressure of 300 psi, just like the more high-end models. In fact, 300 psi is the industry standard and is more than enough to power even the more air-hungry tools. Moreover, there's a soft inner lining that lowers the friction when air passes through the hose, increasing the efficiency of your air compressor. However, it's important to mention that it's made of a stiff PVC material, which might be a problem in extreme weather. In winter, the hose will tend to get even stiffer and kink easily, not an ideal condition when trying to fit into tight spots. In summer, PVC tends to dry out and crack, not ideal either. So why did we include it in the list then? Because, as said before, despite not being the absolute best, it's still one of the best budget-friendly models out there. Yes, the cheaper PVC won't last as long as rubber or hybrid materials, but will still do the job just fine. Let's not forget that not everyone needs heavy-duty stuff all the time. Put simply, if you need a hose to use a couple of times a week or month, get this one. But if you are a serious weekend DIYers or even a professional mechanic, we have much better options below. And finally, at number 1, we have the Flexzilla HFZ3825YW2 air hose. If you're looking for the best hybrid air hose, the Flexzilla HFZ3825YW2 is your best bet. Not only is it reasonably priced, but it's also offered in various lengths, 25, 50, and 100 feet, and has a complete selection of hose threads and fitting sizes available, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch, to match various air compressors and air tools. Hybrid air hoses are very flexible and can withstand extreme temperatures, and Flexzilla air hoses deliver those traits flawlessly. Rated at 300 psi, this hose could handle freezing temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit, perfect if you live in an Alaskan-like climate. Furthermore, it's also protected against abrasion, has a crush-resistant aluminum connector, and comes with a 2-year warranty. What's more to ask? However, the trade-off for its extreme flexibility is that it can get twisted relatively easily, leading it to recoil in an unorganized manner. I would suggest an air hose reel to prevent that. Still, if you can forgive this minor drawback, the Flexzilla hybrid hose is an affordable heavy-duty model, perfect for those living in colder regions, and no need to live in Alaska here. If you work below 0 degrees Celsius, this one is a much better, still relatively cheap alternative to Campbell Hausfeld's model above.
Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please make a sure like, comment, subscribe.